Hey guys, I wanted to film a makeup tutorial today on just a couple of things I found from Walmart. I want to do a drugstore casual makeup look. I buy makeup from everywhere, from Ulta, Sephora, eBay, CVS Pharmacy, Walgreens, Poshmark, honestly everywhere. I mean, I'm all for a good deal. And I've used lots of high-end makeup and honestly not as much drugstore makeup because I just really never gave it a chance. I'm trying to get my makeup box to open because it's like caught. To be honest, I have not tried a ton of drugstore foundations, but I heard numerous good things about the Maybelline Fit Me. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. Here are the Maybelline Fit Me. I have the dewy as well as the matte and poreless kind. I really don't have a preference as to which kind. This is my assignment that I'm not doing because I'm doing this instead. Yeah, I'm such a good student. Yeah, I don't really have a preference for which kind. This one has sunscreen in it, so that's always like a plus because, you know, you need to have sunscreen. By the way, yeah, it's quarantine. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about it. But yeah, so it's always good to have sunscreen. So I guess this one's like probably my preference. I mix these two foundations because right now I really don't know what color I am, and it's somewhere in between these two. Unfortunately right now, I do not have a primer pretty much chosen because I use mostly high-end primers, so I haven't really found, I mean, I've tried drugstore primers, but I really have found nothing that makes my face, I mean, everything I've tried makes my face greasy, and I find it doesn't help at all. So the only thing I kind of use to prep my skin, besides like washing it and moisturizing it, is this Neutrogena Naturals Brightening Daily Moisturizer, SPF 25. Of course, like super used, but just shows you how much I like it. I probably got this a couple years ago. What am I saying? No, I probably got this like 1 year ago. And this is just a really good brightening moisturizer. It does literally exactly what it says. And I just like the fact that it's naturally derived. It smells really good. Pretty cool. So I'll just kind of put this or her right there. It's not coming out. That's nice. It came out on there. And I'll just kind of rub this in. This does have like a white kind of film associated with it, but the reason I don't really care is because I immediately put foundation right over it. Yes, I really do load my skin up with sunscreen because, well, I don't want wrinkles and I don't want to increase my chances of having cancer, and I also think it smells wonderful. It comes with a small price of, you know, your skin on your face being whiter, but that's nothing that foundation slash bronzer slash really self-tanner can't fix. If you really have a problem with that, well, kind of turns your eyebrows a little bit lighter shade, but again, you're gonna go back in and put, you know, brow things, products right back over it. So I kind of bring this down to my neck. Don't forget to always include your neck when doing your makeup. I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques 200. I actually just got this brush. This you can get from Walmart. It's just a good applicator. I like to blend in and press in my foundation with a sponge, but I like to spread, actually I'll do this. I like to spread, whoa, got a little bit too much foundation on my hand. I like to spread it with the brush. I don't even know if it's just for the aesthetic, but it makes me happy, and I feel like there's less product just going into my sponge. And so now, we draggy. As you can see, this is super dewy and a little dark, so I'm going to go back in with the lighter shade, kind of layer that over it because I'm not either of these shades. Also, my neck is just really white compared to the color of my like hands and arms. So like, don't look at that because I don't know why my like neck doesn't tan, but it decided that it doesn't want to be dark. So I forever have a struggle of trying to match my face to my body and neck. So I'm gonna take some of this, I'll take some of my hand too, and kind of just layer this over. As you can see, it's like a lot lighter, but this other one had a little bit too much orange. And I don't want to look, well, too bronze. So I'll kind of rub this around. So you can see I kind of have a lot of redness here, which is something I'll have to conceal. I have eczema that developed on my cheeks randomly this year in 2020. I don't know what happened, but the cheeks are red. And that's not because I have blush. That's just natural. So, whoop. I put foundation on my eyes. I always have. I find you really don't need to use an eyeshadow primer if you just put foundation and concealer on your eyeballs, because I mean it really is the same thing. I also think it's weird if your eyelids aren't covered like the rest, like it don't look like the rest of your skin. Like say you're not doing eyeshadow because you're really busy. Because I don't always do eyeshadow, believe it or not. So as you can see, this is nice and spread. And now I'm going to take my Real Techniques sponge. This one, I don't really know what the official name is called, but it's literally just half purple, half pink. And I'm just gonna press this in. I'm trying to just put that under. These Real Techniques sponges are like no joke. I've also tried some by like Jeffree Star. They're actually pretty good. Those are probably like the only like high-end sponges I've ever actually used, because I mean, like I honestly feel like there's no need. Like these really wonderful sponges. Especially I throw my sponges out every 3 months because I don't like bacteria or sweat or other things to build up in my sponge and then spread it across my face, and then my face starts breaking out because the sponges are too old. So that's always an issue that I try to avoid. Going in with Fit Me by Maybelline New York. This is the shade Ivory, and this is the concealer. This is a pretty darn good concealer considering it's from the drugstore. Pretty full coverage, no problems. Now we're gonna conceal this redness that I have up over here. The only downside about this like particular concealer I have, for me it slightly burns, but I think that's simply my own skincare problems. That's like, I don't think other people have ever had any problems with this. Yeah, just me. So that's why I don't always reach for it, but like as far as how it looks, definitely probably one of the best concealers you can get from the drugstore. Now I'm just gonna blend this in over my eyelid, under my eyelid, and up to the top of my cheekbone, just up there. Be careful not to drag it too far down. And make sure you blend in before it dries, because it does dry pretty fast, I find, and you need to like make sure you moved it into all the right spots and you got it pretty in there before you leave it be, because you might leave a little like smudge of makeup that just didn't go anywhere. It just stayed up on top of the skin like a little mountain, and that's not cute. I mean, maybe you think it's cute, but blend over my nose, up to my forehead. Not going to the hairline, but kind of keep it in like a little bubble. Come down the nose. I go on the sides a little bit. I go over my mouth and wipe off the makeup that is on my lips at the end. Sometimes I leave it too as a base for my lipstick. I don't know, it kind of depends on my lip. There's like different things you can do with concealing the lips. And I'll kind of bring it just a little bit out here. I kind of just bop over everything so that it at least kind of looks like one color. Somewhat. As you can see, I have insane dark spots under my eyes because your girl doesn't sleep because of school. So yeah, this is how like just the creams look. Pretty luminous, pretty dewy. I would say these are both, you know, this foundations and this concealer, they're pretty medium coverage. They're not too powerful. I think that's good for a regular day look. Nothing too insane. You don't want to overpower everyone. I mean, unless you do, but just to be chill, go to your grandma's, go to school, go to work. Next, I have the Maybelline New York Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Fair. I think this is actually the lightest shade they have. I don't know. I mix like a light powder typically with my orangey kind of sort of foundations. This is pretty good. This is kind of a dupe for Huda Beauty's like their baking powder. It's actually the same packaging. And this works pretty good. So the brush I'm using for this is actually not from the drugstore. This is Farrah. This came in my Ipsy, but there's plenty of brushes at the store, like by Real Techniques and Eco Tools, that I find are great. So if you want a brush, you could go get Eco Tools brushes. You can just, I mean, honestly, just buy a pack of them because they're really great. I still use some, and I have some higher end brushes, and I'm like, I still like these. So I'm just gonna go in and put this. I put this all over my face. A lot of people just put it under their eyes. I have an issue with that because I hate transferring makeup onto other people and or objects because I didn't set my whole face. Or like hugging someone, telling them hello, and then looking and you see that you have your makeup all over their shoulder, on their shirt, and that's just, to me, the worst feeling. It's like, oh, they're gonna notice later that my face came off on their clothes, and I'm not okay with that because that's weird. So I make sure to really set my whole face and make sure I keep touching it and keep feeling it until I like feel no more dewiness, no more grease, because grease is pretty gross way to describe it, but yeah. So I feel no more wetness because I feel like my personal opinion of like my skin is I'm pretty dewy to begin with. So for me to set my whole face, I don't look like I just came out of the dryer and I'm just like, ugh. Also, whenever you put like highlighter back on and things like that, I really find that it'll bring the dewiness back, so I don't look like a dried out gecko. I don't know, a reptile of some sort. Because I have such dark under eyes, because I'm so tired, I'll probably put a little bit extra in my eyes. I don't always bake, but I think today I'm gonna, because the girl's sleepy, and I'm just gonna pop that under like so. Yeah. And pop it right there. Like sure. Nice. I'm gonna go back to the face, but I'm gonna move on to brows now. My favorite brow tool is the Milani Stay Put brow shaping thing. I have like I think this is eyelash glue, excuse the mess, but this girl been used. This is like the perfect shade for me, and I find this works better than the Benefit version of this because I feel like it's subtle. I feel like the Benefit was like pretty strong, and I already have pretty defined thick brows, so like to go in with a really harsh like brow anything for me is kind of like really overdoing it. So if you have like a general brow shape, this is pretty good, I would say, for people who have like a general brow shape, and definitely not for drawing, but really good for filling in like quickly. So I like really quickly just, you know, get some on the brush. It's just like mascara, and I'll brush it in like so. Oh, look, I made a mess. Woo! Get that off. Okay, so it's kind of off, but wow, my phone just, yeah, okay. So I just brush this in like so. I'll kind of form like this into a nice kind of a point. I kind of like try to make it somewhat neat. So it goes from looking like this to that. And like, just like that. My brow is just a little bit longer, a little bit more symmetrical with my face. And I love it because I honestly can say I've struggled trying to do my brows for years. A lot of things came natural to me in makeup, and the brows, honestly, was the last thing that I even tried to pursue because I was like, I don't know, I'm at a loss. For so long, I like waxed my brows so they were nothing. And then I realized when I got in college, I was like, you know, my brow shape is really not that bad. I'm just gonna let it grow. And then they look like this, and I'm like, I should have just let it go. I'm gonna dust this off now. I like overdid it and I had like no brows left. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. Because it takes a really long time, like basically almost a year to grow them back, at least for me, because my hair grows so slow. Like if I chopped all my hair off, I chopped all my hair off in like 3rd grade, and like I'm almost a sophomore in college, and it's still not that long. And yeah, it's really sad. It's sad. See, I'm just blending this all out. Whoop whoop. Kind of dusting it off so I don't look like a powdery, I don't know what, old woman. I'm not sure. That might be rude, but. Next, I'm going to go in with a bronzer to warm it up. I'm going to use the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. This stuff is so great. I mean, this is probably the best bronzer ever. And they have this in a lot of shades. It comes with this like little thing to apply it. I don't personally think it's that great, and I don't even use it. But this is the, I don't even know what shade this is. Let me see. Yeah, this is the light bronzer shade. This is a really subtle shade. I had darker ones, but I felt like it was really harsh, so I changed to this. Now comes probably one of the most important things that I feel like anybody could ever teach you about makeup, and that is bronzing / contouring. OMG. People, girls, guys, honestly, y'all got to know. So I'm going to show you the way in which I contour. So I take a little bit on a brush. Honestly, you can have an angled brush. Honestly, whatever works for your face shape. An angled brush works really good for my face shape. And I start right under my cheekbone and bring it about right here, and I stop. Kind of like where my blush is. My blush will go on top, but you can be basic. Make the duck face. Whatever you gotta do. You want to avoid bringing this down here or on your smile lines or under your eye. You need to be really careful with bronzer. It's one of those things you need to really, like, you have to practice a lot. So I do that side, I'll do this side. Again, just kind of watch the way I'm putting it on. Kind of in this V shape here. Careful not to, like, you see this line here of the jaw? I try not to go past that because it's kind of no longer your cheekbone. You see it's well, the rest of your face. And so I'll kind of stay above this, and then I go on each side of my nose, this side. I'll go on the crease of my eye. This is like kind of equivalent to me, like, well, it's equivalent to eyeshadow because eyeshadow is contouring of the eye. So if I'm not doing much eyeshadow, which I really don't on a daily basis, I just kind of dust this in there so there's just color and the dimension is back under my eye, on the side of my nose, kind of under, on top, like just kind of looking around like, okay, where can I be a little bit more bronzed? I will put some on my forehead, up into my hairline, kind of dust that powder out that got up there, and I'll dust it up like this. And over here, on the other side, kind of in like a C motion into the hairline. The full bronze looks like this. I don't really connect mine, some people do. I don't because my hair grows so far out into my face, kind of unevenly, so I don't really do that. And I kind of connect them at the top, but not really. And then at the end, I'll kind of just put a little bit under my eye and the excess of my jawline, just to like make my face look even, make it look natural. Your face is not one color. And so I'm putting that back. And I'll kind of just layer it on until I feel like the contour is as dramatic or not dramatic as I want it to be. It just depends on the day and the occasion. I put a tad bit under my lip, because I feel like it makes your bottom lip look bigger. So it's kind of just under. Now you gotta pout. Kylie Jenner. I know most people do mascara then eyeliner, but I do it the other way around, and I don't really have an explanation. I think because whenever I do my eyeliner first, I do it too big. So I do my eyes like fully first and do liner last, which I wouldn't recommend for anybody to do. I only think I can pull it off just because I've been practicing eyeliner since like 2014. So like I had some mistakes up in there, but now I do it the other way. So that's how I'm gonna do it in this video. But if that doesn't work for you, please do it the other way, because I don't wish that upon you. If not, you're gonna need to have some like makeup wipes near. This is the mascara I'm using. It's kind of a dupe for Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. It's waterproof, so it is like really hard to get off. I recommend using Vaseline or coconut oil to get this off. Only downside. So I'm gonna put this on. I usually put this on in 1 or 2 layers. 3 if I'm feeling crazy. As you can see, I have this hair that sticks up. It is literally just my baby hairs, and nothing I can do will change the way that they want to be. So enjoy my pain. Woo! Ooh, my foot fell asleep. Ow. It hurts. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with a little blush. I actually broke the top. This is by Flower Beauty, which is not at all Walmart's. I don't know, it ranges. It's at some Walmart's, it's at some CVS's, it's at some Walgreens. You kind of have to hunt for this one, but you can definitely order it online. Super cheap. This is the shade Peach Primrose. This is the most diverse shade in the world, if you ask me. Being a little rosy. And I just kind of dust over where the contour was, but a little farther up. A little bit over the nose to make it look like I've been in the sun. A little bit heavy on the side. You know, a little bit up here. Kind of dust it on the forehead so we'll look evenly distributed. And on the chin. And the nose. This is something that I kind of just eyeball. Like, okay. Also, my like chest is really white because I haven't been in the sun. Kind of dust it up here. Put a little bit in my in my, what you call it? That crease. I'll just kind of dust some in there so it's like, it looks like I did eyeshadow and I really didn't. I just put a little color in there so it looks like I maybe tried, but I didn't. I did. I'm gonna go ahead and do another layer of Lash Paradise. Now I'm using for like a lip gloss, Katy Perry CoverGirl. I don't even know what shade this is. This is it in this really corally shade by CoverGirl. Katy Cat gloss. I got this for Easter. My mom gave me this, but I really do like this. This is a really pretty summery gloss. So I'll just apply that now. Actually, I'm almost out. I have another, so I'm ready for that moment. But I find this is a good subtle color and it really matches this blush we just applied. I feel like the tones really complement each other. If you want to take a glowy sunset, like really TikTok-y looking picture, perfect shade over all those things that you might want to pursue. Next, I'm going to apply eyeliner. I do not wear highlighter on the daily because I have a really dewy face to begin with. So I feel like putting highlighter just really, I don't know, it's like it gets lost in my skin. I don't know, I feel like I kind of drown my face in it. I don't know, it's personal preference of mine. If you want to wear highlighter, Physicians Formula makes some beautiful highlighters as well as Wet n Wild. So definitely try out some of those. I think Physicians Formulas is called like Rose All Day. They have some really pretty like blushy highlighters, but I really don't use highlighter that much. Also, this last step is optional. I'm going to do eyeliner. I know a lot of people don't wear eyeliner on the daily. I happen to have really large eyelids, and I also mess up my mascara, so I cover that with this. But I have really large eyelids, so I find that my face looks unfinished without eyeliner. So I usually always go in with a little bit and make a little wing. You can stop right here if you're really not into that. But I'm going to do a little wing. This is what the packaging looks like. NYX Professional Makeup Epic Ink Liner. Lastly, for setting spray, this isn't technically drugstore, but it's drugstore price. Ulta Beauty's Matte Makeup Setting Spray. I actually do use a dewy kind of setting spray for the most part, but since I do not have one, I'll probably go in with this just to kind of finish it off. But this is super affordable. You can find this at Ulta. It's not too expensive, and I feel like it fits in the drugstore category. Very affordable. So I will dust that in like so. Alright, so this is the final look now. I think this is a really cute, casual, good, cute little look for the day. It's really, really affordable. You don't want to break the bank. And just follow some of the ways that I apply things, especially contouring. I feel like it's very important. Eyeliner is, of course, optional. It's only if you want to be extra, because I'm extra. But if you have any questions, please comment and subscribe to my channel if you want to. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoy, and let me know if you want me to do any other looks. Bye.